Hi, 3D Packaging. How you guys doing? Okay, I've got up. Welcome to week 6 already. We are already in week 6. Week 5 was a blast, wasn't it? You guys are doing very, very good work. For those of you who have taken a leadership role in the class, I really appreciate that. And by that, I mean consistently posting early and reposting and editing your work and just really following up. And I really appreciate that. And, I think most of the class is following that order. I don't know if you guys remember at the very beginning, week 1, I was so excited because I was like, wow, this team's like an all-star team. And it is. I mean, I recognize a lot of names the first day of class where I was like, wow, this is going to be great. And you guys did not disappoint, and you're not disappointing. You guys are doing fabulous work, really, really good work. Everybody is thinking, and nobody's just putting, designs together without a real good thought process pattern behind them. And I think that's fantastic. You guys are learning, and that's what's important to me. Okay. Enough of that. Let's jump into week 6. What's going on? Multi-packs are in. And we're on to brand extension. Remember brand extension? Last week, my example was the pour over from Starbucks with the packaging and the instructional video. And it mentioned, speaking of instructional, if you guys have noticed, the discussion board questions all seem to fit in and coincide with the actual work. For example, last week's discussion board question was on instructional design. And it's no coincidence that in our brand extension project, there might be involved a little bit of instructional design. In mine, there certainly is. In my pour over example, there would certainly be an illustration of how to correctly do a pour over. So that's important. I think that's really important for you guys to understand that the discussion boards aren't just these wanton topics. They all fit in, and everything kind of ties together. I know the first couple of weeks of class it was like, what? Where does that fit in? And it was difficult. But now that we're knee deep in it, I think that now that we're shoulder deep in it, I think that it's really starting to make sense to you guys. And based on the emails that I've gotten and some of the correspondence through the class with several students, you guys are getting it, and that's fantastic. Okay, so brand extension. Okay, so we're also going to start working on our final portfolio for the class. We have week 6 presentation mock-ups, user testing, and that's a really good presentation. Let me jump over there real quick just for giggles and grins, so you guys can see actually firsthand how slow my computer actually is. Okay, there we go. All right, so where are we? Right here. This is presentation mock-up user testing. And why is this relevant? And the reason I'm going to spend a second in here, but it's because it is relevant. And I think this is really important, especially for those of you who are really working your mock-ups. You want to try this, okay? You've got your mock-ups, and you guys know from putting your mock-ups together, it's a mess at first. Your first one is such a joke, it's not even funny. So, of course, it's expected that you'll be cutting out 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 different mock-ups till you get it right. But that's not important. What's important is that you understand the folds, understand where the placement of the graphics, etc. So what we want to do here is this is you are observing as well, possibly taking the role of a teacher with your package. Now, again, we go back to that informational graphics and how is that relevant? This is one thing I really want you to concentrate on right here. This right here, and this is saying that okay, we're talking about user groups, and what is a user group for a designer? A user group is this. Okay, so you've got your package, your package, right? And you say, how can I test this package? What am I not seeing that somebody else might see? And how do you test this? And it's called a user group. And, there's an article in the course reading about, user groups can be good and they can be not good. As a designer, there's no way they cannot be good. They're all good. You hand your product, your design to somebody, and you watch their reaction. Not only do you watch them and listen to what they're saying about the project, watch their reaction. Okay, so if you hand your mock-up to somebody and say, take a look at this, tell me what you think. Don't tell them what it's about, okay? And see if they have any questions, okay? A great audience, user audience, guys, is the elderly and children. And I'm going to tell you why, because they tell it how it is, man. They don't candy coat it. When my mom was around, oh, I used to love taking my design to her because she would just slam it and pick it apart and and make it better. So she found things that I didn't. Well, why is this here? Why is this here? This doesn't look right. You know what I mean? So the elderly, they don't mince their words. Right? They're going to tell you how to, and kids too. Not too young, because little kids, but like, anything over 12, they're going to take a look at it and they're going to tell you how it is too. I used to actually take some of my design work to my neighbors. My children were already too old. They didn't want to have anything to do with it at that point. But my neighbors' kids were 12, 14, and I used to take my designs, take a look at this. So tell me what you think. And I can't tell you how many good, solid suggestions they came up with. That was my user group. I found success in it. You guys, I think you should find your user group and try to test it out. Okay. It could be your spouse, could be your kids, could be your neighbor, could be a coworker. Find somebody though to interact with your packages and you'll be able to improve upon them. That is for sure. So try that. Okay. So you have this different, how do we tap into the senses of your audience? And I think sight is obviously the obvious one. Sounds tough because you have those little chips, like that come in those greeting cards that play that cheesy digital music. I mean, they have come quite a long way. But whatever. I don't know about using those in package. Touch. This is fantastic because once you can get them to touch the package, you're done, man. That's success. If they pick it up, they're probably going to buy it. And who's not going to pick that up, right? And then so on and so forth. And then we're just talking about this. We're talking about take this stuff into consideration and see if you can try to apply some senses into your packaging, whether it be tactile, visual, or other. Okay? Let me see now. Let's get rid of that and go back to my presentation here. All right, so brand extension. That's it. Due at the end of week 7. Brand extension. Introducing the final project. Okay, well, I shouldn't say the final project. I should say the final portfolio. Last week I promised that was the last final project, and it is. So all we have now is the portfolio. So in the portfolio, this is really super interesting, but check this out. You have your option of producing either a concept book, process book detailing your concept and your process ideation methodology, or you have your option of producing a 10-minute video. Now, the video should be thought of as a visual process book. Okay. Now, a video can be fantastic, but obviously you can only use it for a digital portfolio. For those of you who plan on, working locally, you're probably going to be visiting local studios and agencies with a physical portfolio book. Keep in mind, if you use a video, you can put it in your website, but you can't put it in your book. Okay. That may make a difference to you. I don't know. I just thought I'd mention it. But at the very least, 10-minute video presentation of your work or a detailed process book that includes the 3 projects. Now, I've got an idea for this, guys. I think this would take it over the top. You've got your 3 packages, right? They're done, or they will be done after this week. You're going to go through them and fix them, but they'll be done. So I'm wondering if there's a way that you can package your 3 packages. And of course, that wouldn't be something that you could take with you to an interview. That would be something that you would have to shoot for your portfolio. But I'm just wondering, I know the packages are big and it's just an idea, but I'm wondering if it might be feasible to package your packages. Food for thought. Anyways, start thinking about your final portfolio. Go through that, see what's coming up so you can start really thinking about that. This week, what's due for the final portfolio are just your revisions for projects 1, 2, and 3. The revision should be based on the comments of your instructor, myself, and your peers, as well as your insights. A lot of you have said over the weeks, boy, I wish I had another week. I could have done this, or boy, I wish I had just a couple more days. And I agree, but you do. So you're able to take those revisions now and apply them to your final portfolio. Okay? Here is our schedule for this week. Everything's due Sunday, but guys, don't forget discussion, commercial institution. Your initial post is Wednesday by midnight. So get those things up there for comment by Wednesday night. Your discussion board response, your initial response post. Again, guys, a lot of people missed this. I stressed this last week, but there's a lot of people that are still not posting their initial response post to the discussion board on Wednesday night. Okay, so I mean, it's fair game. Okay, so that's due. So please. All right, week 6 brand extension is due Sunday midnight. So, all right, that's what I have, folks. I wanted to cut this short at 10 minutes, but I'm over by a few seconds, so I'm going to cut it short now. If you guys have any questions or comments, concerns, or other, please feel free to get with me. You guys know I'm pretty active, and I'm pretty good about getting right back to you. So, week 6, 2 more weeks, and we're done. So, start thinking about things. Now, if you have any questions moving forward, please run them by me. All right, guys? Great job, everybody. I'll see you in class. Thank you.